Over the past few days, Kathryn, Jay and I had the pleasure of visiting Chickerell in Dorset, and the weather rewarded us handsomely. We made our way to Chesil Beach, a place I've long wanted to see because of the Ian McEwan novel, while Kathryn recommended it for its breathtaking scenery. She was absolutely right. Oscar the Border Collie and Ernie the Saluki tore across the pebbled stretch of coastline, racing one another into the incoming waves. Oscar is still learning the art of getting his paws wet, but Ernie, ever the confident one, is proving to be an excellent tutor. As the full moon rose, its light spilled across the blue water, turning the English Channel into something that looked astonishingly like the Pacific. The next day took us to Thomas Hardy's cottage in Higher Bockhampton. We wandered through Thorncombe Wood, and eventually the little cob and thatch cottage emerged between the trees, exactly as we'd imagined it. Both of us had been looking forward to seeing it, remembering our first encounters with Hardy's poetry, especially the Darkling Thrush. It starts, I leant upon a coppice gate when frost was spectre grey, and winter's dregs made desolate the weakening eye of day. The tangled bine stems scored the sky like strings of broken tyres, and all mankind that haunted nigh had sought their household fires. Hardy was born in that little cottage in 1840, and it was there that he wrote Far from the Madding Crowd, among other early works. Standing in the place where his imagination first took root felt quietly extraordinary. Later that day we headed into Weymouth to meet Colin Ward, the football author who now calls the town home. We spent the afternoon talking football, politics, and the strange ways those worlds overlap. That conversation forms the backbone of episode 2, and we're excited to share it with you.
Hi listeners, it's Kathryn Jane here with our second edition of Page to Politics, a podcast that provides a space for real conversation in the old-fashioned sense of the word. Expect a mix of literature, society and politics, all topics that often surround an author's writings. As with all our episodes, we are joined by our resident author, Richard Arterton. Hi Rich.
Hi.
And today by our guest author Colin Ward, who wrote a series of books around football hooliganism in the 1970s, 80s and 90s. Colin was born in Walthamstow, East London, and spent his early years in Chigwell before moving to Surrey. After leaving school, he graduated from Smithfield College and ran a successful meat retail business. A committed Arsenal supporter and shareholder, he first attended Highbury with his father at the age of 8. Colin's first book, Steaming In, is widely regarded as one of the best ever books on football hooliganism and was shortlisted for the William Hill Sports Book of the Year prize. The sequel, All Quiet on the Hooligan Front, was also a bestseller and was published by Headline in 1997. Welcome, Colin.
Hi there.
Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thank you, Colin. I've got to say I loved the book. I really enjoyed the book. I just finished it this morning. And just to prepare for this, I watched over the weekend some movies, The Football Factory. Don't know if you're familiar with these.
They asked me to be in that.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. I didn't want to be in it because
Really?
John phoned me up, John King phoned me up, said, would you be in it?
Yeah.
And I said, I can't be in it because it's Millwall, Chelsea and Tottenham,
Right.
which is just...
So it wouldn't have been authentic if...
No, well, how can I go to Arsenal going in there as a Millwall, Tottenham or a Chelsea fan?
Oh, right, yeah.
They asked me to be the barman in the scene, in the bar scene. I said, no,
Right.
not interested. My son was horrified. He said he would have been like the king of school if his dad had been in a football factory.
Yes, that's true. You turned down the chance to work with Danny Dyer. Yeah. Did you see the movie?
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Love it, absolutely
Oh, right.
love it. Yeah,
And
it's a great film.
how accurate is it?
Parts of it are because the guy who John King used to travel on the coach with a guy called Steve Hickmott, which is the book Armed for the Match is all about.
Right.
So John used to go on some of the coaches.
Yeah.
He used to go to some of the matches with Hickey's crowd.
Right.
So yeah, he knew. He was pretty authentic. Obviously done for done for a thing. I got a few people in the film.
Oh, did you?
John phoned me up, and he got people who were involved
Yeah.
in the films, like Steve Hickmott's in it,
Yeah.
and a few others. Terry Last wouldn't be in it. A few of the others wouldn't be in it.
Right.
But yeah, it was good. It was a good film.
Yeah.
Everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah, it looked like a good film to make as
Did
well.
all right for Danny Dyer as well.
It did, didn't it? Yeah, he did all right off that. And they made a number of sequels, didn't they?
Yeah, no, brilliant. It was brilliant. He wrote 3 books, John King. They were really
Right.
good books.
Yeah, yeah.
Got to say they were good books.
And it kind of made a genre that went on to that rise of the foot soldier. And
yeah, well, they said that I created the genre.
Right.
I created the genre. They said it was the most. A critic once said it was the most influential book since the. The very famous American one, which I can't think of it. I'll think of it in a minute. But
come back to you in a sec. Yeah.
I created the genre.
Yeah. So this is steaming in.
Yeah.
Journal of a football fan.
That no football fan had ever written a book before I came along.
Right. And what inspired you to write the book? Was it to document that particular time? Because it hadn't been done in such an authentic way, from a voice from someone who was involved. Because obviously there's non-fiction books written about the period, about society or politics, but this was actually from someone involved.
I hurt my back, and
Right.
I couldn't work anymore.
Okay.
So I had a lot of time on my hands. So I decided to write it, to do something, to do
Yeah.
something to keep myself going. That
Right.
was it. Simple as that, really. Plus, I had a lot of stories, which I
Yeah.
used to tell down the pub.
Yeah.
A lot of stories. So
And what was your process then? So you got bad. Your back is bad. You've got a laptop in front of you. You've got pen and paper.
no laptop, just
pen and paper.
longhand. Just started writing it, and
Right.
then my mother-in-law lent me a typewriter.
Oh, really? Old school.
Yeah, old school. Yeah, proper
Yeah.
old school. Yeah. And then when I'd written the manuscript,
Hmm.
I gave it to a friend of mine's wife,
Yeah.
who's very critical, and she said it's good.
Yeah.
So then I hawked it around, and
Right.
nobody wanted to touch it.
Right.
No publishers. And in the end, I went to a bookshop in Charing Cross Road, which is sadly no longer there,
Yeah.
called Sports Pages, owned by a guy called John Gastad.
Yeah.
And he read it and said it's outstanding.
Yeah, yeah.
And he contacted Simon and Schuster, and we went and had a meeting with them.
Yeah.
And took it from there.
It went from there.
Just went from there. But they tried to sell it mass market.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to. I'd moved on in my life since. But then I was working in the corporate world, so
Right.
I didn't really want to be. I just wanted to be what I was.
And did you ring round any of the people involved, the stories? Because there's some scrapes in there, isn't there? There's some fun events.
I didn't ring anyone around. A few people got upset about it.
Did they?
But that's down to them.
You changed names.
No, proper names.
It's all real.
All real names, yeah. Few people. No Marbles Kelly got a bit upset,
Right.
but he was no Marbles Kelly, and it's conspicuous lack of brains.
By the way, me laughing doesn't mean I agree with that. Okay, just a little disclaimer. I really like the early chapter about Leatherhead. So that is a very local team to where you work. Because I'm a Leicester City fan.
Yeah, Leatherhead. Yeah, we played you in '75.
Yeah, you talk about going up to Filbert Street.
Yeah. Leatherhead's my local team. I'm still involved. Still involved with Leatherhead. Still
right, great.
falling out with everyone. We won the league this year, first time since
Brilliant.
1969. So yeah, Leatherhead's a big part of my life.
So Leatherhead won the league and Arsenal won the league.
Yeah.
So you're one happy
Yeah.
guy this year.
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
You must have thought England were going to win the World Cup.
No, I never thought we could do that, but I was hoping. But
What did you make of it?
well, Argentina cheats. I ain't forgot over 1986 yet. So
Yeah.
don't start me off about Argentina.
Yeah.
It'd be an international incident.
We said that to each other, didn't we? There seemed to be something a bit suspect about, particularly that Egypt and Argentina game. Yeah.
I don't know. There's some. I don't know. I think the last World Cup was fixed because of for Lionel Messi. I just think this World Cup, it's just become. It's just corruption everywhere now. I mean, we had Jose Havelange. He was king of corruption, but this new guy, Infantino,
Yeah.
I think he can outdo him.
Yeah.
I think it's a competition, see who can be the most corrupt.
I think when you have a World Cup at Russia and then Qatar and then America, It feels like the next one was going to be
a Summer
North
World
Korea.
Cup in Qatar couldn't happen because of the temperatures.
Yeah.
So therefore, it was always going to be a Winter World Cup.
Yeah.
And Australia bid for a Summer World Cup.
Yeah.
But they didn't care because their football they play in our summer.
Right. Okay.
So their
it's
football
cooler.
their football they play in our winter. So they're
Yeah.
quite happy with a Winter World Cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, the World Cup in Saudi Arabia is going to be a joke, but end of really.
And Australia have never had one, have they?
No, it would
No.
be a great place for a World Cup, but.
So back to the book. So how much of the violence? I was struck by how young you were when it.
We were all
started.
young.
Yeah.
We were all young. We were like the Mods and Rockers. We'd come on. See, the Mods and Rockers, if you look at the old film of the Mods and Rockers, how
Yeah.
young all the mods were.
Well, Quadrophenia.
Quadrophenia, how young everyone was.
Yeah.
Well, we were young.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we were the new generation. We were the generation of creating something for ourselves.
Yeah.
So we're all 15, 16, and everyone was growing up together
Yeah.
at that age group. There was an older group there, but they had not, so the people who'd grown up, who were born in the 50s,
Yeah.
like us myself, were creating something. It was
But how did you feel as a group of 15-year-olds? I know you weren't all 15, like some of them were older ones, weren't
yeah,
they?
but not much older.
But you're facing a group of men, coming at you, who want to pummel you,
But that's part of the fun, isn't it?
I got the sense of fun. It sounded like...
People don't understand how much fun it was. People
Because you could be talking like about a skydive, or, the adrenaline rush of it.
Skydiving doesn't even come close.
Right,
Cycling down a mountain at 50 mile an hour on a bicycle
yeah,
doesn't even come close.
yeah,
This is real.
yeah,
I don't think people realise how much fun it was and what a laugh you're having.
yeah,
And it's like when those Millwall fans ran on the pitch, and the famous thing when they were throwing the thing, they're all laughing with you because they were just having a bit of fun.
yeah, yeah.
It's just don't understand. People don't understand it.
And there seemed to be a kind of code which was... Because I was reading just about an incident where someone threw a dart and it went into a guy's eye.
Next to me, yeah.
Who was next to you.
There wasn't any coding. There wasn't any code.
But I don't know if there was a sense of if someone was down, you don't keep going on and kicking them in the head, or was that...
No, that's not how it used to work.
See,
You could go if you as a Cockney, if you were
Yeah.
travelling to the north of England
Yeah,
and you went down, you had to try and get up and run.
right,
Otherwise, they would stamp on your head.
yeah. Oh, I like that scene where the train had gone, so... Or you'd have run away from the fans already, and then you missed the train going back. So you tried to pinch a car, and it was on bricks.
That's it. Yeah. yeah.
So you went to the police station, asked for a cell,
Yeah.
and they refused you, and they said just sleep in the waiting room.
Yeah. So we slept in the waiting room. Yeah.
That's a great scene. Because when you think of the firms, as they call, the great Arsenal and Millwall, why do you think some teams have strong firms and gangs, hooligans, if you like, whereas other teams don't? Like Notts County don't particularly, I don't think.
No, they don't. No.
No. Why is that? Is it something to do with the area?
I don't know really.
History of the club?
It's probably where their core support used to come from.
Yeah.
The areas of different areas of their core support.
Yeah.
Sort of like Bristol Rovers had a really nasty little firm because they were from a real estate, a really rough estate in Bristol.
Oh yeah, you described getting
Yeah,
there, and some of your fellows were saying, "Oh, look at the state of these houses and all
Yeah.
that."
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and like you go to certain places, and it's rough,
Yeah,
and the way they're brought up, and I mean Liverpool's the roughest of the rough,
yeah,
nasty people,
right.
horrible. I hate them.
But if the FA Cup came up and you had, because I know the FA Cup was a big one, wasn't it? The draws that came up, and you had an away game at Anfield. Is that getting the?
Yeah,
blood-
you'd
is
still
that
go.
getting the
You'd
blood
still
pumping?
go. The one place I wouldn't go was Main Road, because that was in the middle of Moss Side.
Oh really?
Yeah, I wouldn't go. The Chelsea fans went there en masse
Yeah.
and smashed the place, smashed all their pubs up.
Right,
But I wouldn't go there with Arsenal
right.
because, Moss Side was really black
Yeah,
and mixed race, and
Yeah.
I would have stood out like a sore thumb.
Right.
So I didn't go. A couple
Yeah.
of my mates went and they got battered.
Really?
Big time, yeah. Stabbed.
Are there stories in that you thought about including in Steaming In that you couldn't?
Well,
Because of the people, or it was just too
I don't know really. The idea is to impart the sense of fun, not the sense of violence.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
The idea was people don't really want to read about the violence and the degradation. They just want to read about the fun. So that's the idea of it, isn't it?
Yeah, and that idea of getting up early, getting on the beers, getting on British Rail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you had to sneak your beers on eventually, didn't you?
No, you could take as much as you wanted on.
Wasn't there a bylaw that they brought in which said you couldn't buy alcohol on the train? And one of your fellas had a Stella can.
No, that was when. Is
that later?
No, it was later. That was later. They couldn't really work out what was going on. It took them a long time to work out what was going on, so they started passing stupid laws.
Right.
You know, which and they're changing kick-off times, but
yeah,
it wasn't something really that, you know, that they didn't catch on. They couldn't work it out that it was a youth, an expression of youth.
Yeah.
Associating themselves with a fashion.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
I don't think they've quite worked it out that eventually we'd all get old, and the next generation probably wouldn't follow, because they'd be into something else. Like nowadays, kids don't kick a ball about in the park; they'd sit and play computer games.
They do, don't they?
Yeah. So.
Although we still have violence, but you think that's different. I
think society is less violent now than it ever used to be. It's just more reported. I think society is far less violent. I think, you know, as the demographics changing, as the population gets older, there's less and less. So I don't think that the politicians, Thatcher couldn't work it all out.
Because she declared war, didn't she? In 1985, was it after?
After Heysel, they're convinced. They were told, Steve Hickmott and his lot, that you are going down for this. It's already been decided. It's just a question of how long you're going to get.
Yeah.
So there was definitely a political interference there.
Yeah.
The judges were, you know, they tried to make them out. They were anti-Semitics. They appointed a Jewish judge.
Right.
And there was massive politics involved.
Yeah.
You know, there still is. It's like when they appealed it, when the West Ham fans caught out the establishment. Yeah. And because they were tight-knit group. Yeah. And they knew that the police hadn't infiltrated them.
Right.
And they knew that the police lies, and then they discovered that they used electrostatic examining the notebooks, realised that they'd been written at different times.
Oh, really?
And so they all got not guilty. Yeah. And they all got out of prison.
Yeah.
And then when the Chelsea fans appealed it, because they were on the same, the Crown defended every single last case, even though they knew they were in the wrong. They still appealed everything and fought it right to the end.
Yeah. And that's amazing that was just before Hillsborough.
Hillsborough was 89, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got
So were those cases heard after Hillsborough, or was it?
I can't remember.
Before, because they're still trying to do that cover up.
Well, they're still covering up Hillsborough, aren't they? And the police officers who lied are still. There's one lives in Dorset. The guy who's in charge lives in Ferndown, and he's still on his massive pension.
Never a criminal conviction.
Duckenfield, nothing. No, because it's too long.
Yeah.
That if it was someone else, they would go back and get them. So there was massive politics involved. They were frightened. The establishment are always frightened when a youth movement or a new movement comes along. Let's look at reform. Yeah. Reform is now terrifying the establishment because they're saying something different, but we just did something different. There was nothing ulterior about what we did. It was just we're just having a laugh with your mates, having a bit of fun. Yeah. And that's all it was really. And it just happened to be that a football match. I don't think people realised it, and I don't think they realised what was happening, and they didn't want to realise what was happening. Because if you go to Argentina, the gangs there are so organised. They shoot politicians.
Right. Yeah.
So they are taken notice of.
Yeah.
So they're so well organised as gangs, they're listened to. We weren't shooting anybody. We were just having a fight on Saturday afternoon, having a drink and a fight on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, the Argentina chat GBT tells me that Barras Bravas remain among the most organised and violent football groups in the world.
Yes.
Violence has been serious enough that away supporters have often been banned from league matches.
Yeah.
And the other big countries for Poland, Russia, because I remember Euro 2016.
Yeah, Russia.
They were terrifying, weren't they?
Yeah. Well,
they looked like they were state trained.
No, they were training. They used to go out. They train to fight, because that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
And they were sort of attacking England fans who were wearing shirts in restaurants. One guy he's more or less brain dead.
Right.
So, but it's far worse in other countries.
Yeah.
Been to Poland a few times, watching England. It's a bit hairy.
Serbia, Croatia, and Greece.
The Greece go berserk.
Did they? Right.
You're in a restaurant with them the night before, and they're really lovely people. They're really lovely people.
That's what we would think, right?
The day of the match,
they
foam at the mouth and try and kill you.
Yeah.
And then the next day, you see the same people in the restaurant. What is going on? You can't work it all out. They're just bonkers.
Have you become friends with any adversaries from back in the day? Like from other firms, or would that be a no-go?
For me, there's certain people. There's a guy called Bill Gardner he was involved. I believe him and Cass Pennant were involved with the stabbing to death of an Arsenal fan.
Right.
And he got involved with Corinthian Casuals, and now he's someplace for Reigate team.
Yeah.
And the guys at Leatherhead said, Bill, don't you? He's a really nice guy. I said, can't stand him. Won't sit in his company.
Yeah.
Won't get involved if he's down at Leatherhead. Won't get involved with him. Don't like him.
Yeah.
Never liked him. Same with Cass. They said, because he did a lot of books, and he did a couple of films.
Yeah.
They said, come up here, we're doing this thing. I said, no, don't want to get involved with him. Him, Andy Swallow, there's a few of them.
Yeah.
A few of them are the West Ham fans I'll never get involved with.
Yeah.
Didn't like them in England games, don't like them now, got no time for them.
So
the Chelsea fans I've got really friendly with.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, really good mates with them all, and
yeah.
And you see them, you have a good yarn up with them, and it's good stuff. Even some Spurs fans.
Even Spurs?
Yeah, but not the West Ham fans. Because when we went to England games, they were aloof, and they used to want to get the Chelsea fans and the other fans to club together as Londoners, bash up Northerners.
Yeah. Oh, what, Northerners, England fans?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not like against the French or?
No, they just used to want to bash up other England fans, all the Northerners,
okay.
And they did it in Luxembourg when they were there bashing up all the Northern England fans.
Yeah.
So
right.
And they're horrible. Don't like them.
No, that's fair enough.
I wouldn't drink with them. I didn't want to be with them. I used to say to people, I don't want to be in their company.
Yeah.
If they were in a bar, let's go and drink another bar.
Okay.
I don't like them. They've got this. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's something about them.
Something about them. You're talking steaming in about how, that culture when you are supporting England, it's a little bit nastier abroad. A bit. You weren't always proud of the English fans. Is that fair to say?
Yeah,
when the way they behaved abroad.
I think there's certain people who behave badly here, but when they get abroad, they behave even worse.
Right.
So I just used to, do my own thing.
Yeah. Because you wrote one about France '98.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well frogged out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Michael Owen. Yeah, I remember it well. I was 15 at the time. Do you want to tell us a bit about this one?
To be honest with you, I thought in that particular tournament, I thought the England fans had all got older.
Yeah.
So it was sort of, the average England fan thinks all froggies, eat frogs and snails and frogs and
onions
stink of onions.
Yeah.
So, but that's just a culture thing, But I thought the England fans we'd all got older in '98. So don't forget, it was 6 years after the big World Cup was '82.
Right.
So that was 16. That was 16 or 18 years.
Yeah.
18, 82, 16 years after we'd sort of all went there to 82 World Cups. We didn't qualify for 2 World Cups.
Right.
So we went,
which is unbelievable. When I look back at the team, I don't know.
82. Well, yeah.
Brian Robson and people.
Yeah, 80. Yeah. Well, we played France in the first game. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was a really good day out. Actually, the French and English were really mixing with each other, and you know, on the streets, and it was really good.
Yeah.
And we won 3-1, and then. But don't forget, we'd all 82. We were all 20, 23, 24. We all went there, and there was a few, you know. But then, you 98, we'd all got a lot older.
Some people think the ecstasy scene took over in the 90s, and that's where the hooligans went.
Well, the West Ham fans, Andy Swallow and all that, got involved in the rave scene. They started doing the drugs and all that. So, funny, one of the guys who was with the rave scene now, he's a very rich man, lives down here actually in Dorset. I did a bit of work for him, but he was involved with all those guys, and they used to do they got involved in security and, you know, different stuff like that. But they got heavily involved in the rave scene. Andy Swallow was a record producer.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, he got involved in record producing.
Yeah.
Some of them done really well for themselves.
Yeah.
You know, done really well for themselves. So, yeah, that's it.
Is that where the Rise of the Foot Soldier series comes from? Because this
one of the guys, Carlton Leach, was one of the ICF who I don't like.
Right.
Didn't like him. Don't like them as a group.
Yeah.
Never forgiven them for the stabbing to death of the Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
You know, and I know it was them. And
yeah.
Year later, the Arsenal fans, there was a load of Arsenal fans there waiting for them at Finsbury Park.
Yeah.
And they, with machetes, they were going to really tear into them.
Right.
And they all got arrested, and a couple of them got jailed. But the ones who murdered the Arsenal fans never, ever got jailed.
They got away with it.
Yeah.
Right. And I just think it's a hell of an influence that Steaming In has had.
Yeah. In
literature and film, and continues to have.
Yeah.
Did you have any idea when you were writing it, bedbound by the sounds of it, with the typewriter? Did you have any idea that you were starting this?
No.
This ball rolling.
No. I didn't make as much money as John King though.
Oh right.
No, he's the one who made all the money.
Okay.
I didn't want to sell that to mass market publication. I didn't want to do any more further books for us. It took me a long time to do another book.
Yeah. Are you still writing now?
No, only letters for my business.
Okay. Not letters like your Bootsy Egan.
No.
That's funny.
Well, yeah, no, I still write some of them.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I write.
Just for shits and giggles.
I write to solicitors sometimes and give them some Bootsy Egan.
Yeah.
They get some off me. So.
And he likes that. Yeah. And this is just purely for your own amusement, just to.
I read a book called Henry Root Letters, which was one of my favourite books. Yeah. And I thought, I'm going to do that and just have a bit of fun. Yeah. Just have a bit of fun, and I took it up to the publisher headline. He was a really nice guy, and he said, I love it. We'll publish that. Fantastic. So yeah. No, I recommend that. And this Who Wants It? Yeah. So you wrote this with chubby Chris Henderson. Who's now dead. Oh, he's dead now. Yeah. Died of a heart attack. And did you write this together, or he was talking to you and you're the... He was doing tape recordings. I went out to... He lived in Pattaya, and had a bar there called the Dog's Bollocks. Yeah. Which is still there, actually. Okay. And it's a good bar, and the funny thing was that all the football fans congregate in there. Yeah. And all meet up and reminisce about old times. Okay. But he wasn't a very nice person, to be honest with you. Okay, chubby? Yeah, he was. He got a bit cynical about life. Right. And he went out there, and in the end he had diabetes because of his weight. Right. And he ended up being brought back by the British government, and unfortunately he just wasn't looking after himself. Okay. And so he was one of the Chelsea headhunters? No, he was the second group who got stitched up. Okay. He was one of the second group. They stitched the first group up. Right. And then they stitched the second group up. Yeah. So he was on the second group who got stitched up. Got another, but he got not guilty. Right, okay. There's 6 of them when they tried to stitch them up, yeah, they all got not guilty because they just didn't have any evidence. So when you say stitching up, is that... they weren't even fake evidence? Like fake evidence. They weren't even on the coaches.
Right, really?
They weren't even on the coaches, but
Yeah.
they were making it all up.
Right.
That they were there and the people were saying things that they'd never said.
Okay.
It was a real establishment stitch-up.
Yeah.
A few years ago, Donald McIntyre did a documentary series, and he fitted up Jason, a young guy called Jason, who was really and truly just a fat beer monster, and he'd never had a punch up in his life.
Fat beer monster.
That's all he was. Yeah, he was just a beer monster, and he got fitted up, and he ended up he got about 2 years.
Right.
One night, Donald McIntyre walked into a restaurant in Chelsea, and there was a Chelsea fan in there.
Yeah.
Called God, I've forgotten his name. It's in the book actually, and he saw him with his wife, and he whacked him over a table.
Did he?
Yeah, and then his wife jumped in. He whacked her over a table as well.
Right.
He got 18 months for it, but
Right.
Donald couldn't work it all out. So I did write to Donald and said, "Look, Donald,
Yeah.
Jason Mariner, you fitted up Jason Mariner.
Yeah.
He basically was just a stupid beer monster."
Right.
And he did this programme making Jason out to be this football hooligan.
Yeah.
Well, Jason was quite happy because
He got a bit like
he wanted to be,
fame from it.
he wanted to be a bit notorious, you know. And
Yeah.
anyway, he does a podcast now from Patia. He moved to Patia as well,
Okay.
and he does a podcast now from Patia, which is quite funny.
Okay.
Sometimes the Chelsea podcast.
Oh, the Chelsea podcast.
Yeah, the
Right.
Chelsea podcast. So he's doing it all from Patia now. He lives out there, so quite funny.
Yeah.
He's the male equivalent of Katie Hopkins.
Right. Okay. Always controversial. Which gets,
Absolutely.
yeah. So it kind of the book inspired lots of other sort of copycat books.
Catcher in the Rye. Most influential book since Catcher in the Rye, a critic once said.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that is saying something. I loved that book when I was younger, J.D. Salinger. But although Salinger went into hiding after that,
Yeah.
he didn't. I don't think he particularly wrote anything after that, did he? So many former hooligans. Although you don't call yourself a hooligan, do you? In steaming.
I wasn't a hooligan. I wasn't a hooligan. I was just a football fan who used
Yeah.
to get worked up when Arsenal got beat,
Right.
or England got beat, or Leatherhead got beat.
Yeah. What do you think?
That's a fact. When you're 6'3" with red hair,
Yeah,
you stand out a little bit. So
I bet. Yeah.
everyone's making a beeline for you.
What do you think crosses the line then from your description there to hooligan?
I don't think there is a differentiation. I think society would call me a hooligan.
Okay.
I just call myself a passionate football fan who doesn't mind having a punch up.
What do you think is the main myth about football hooliganism?
I think we live in a society that deals in extremes. So anything that is not mainstream or is not establishment is an extreme.
Yeah,
So if you look at politics now,
yeah,
Nigel Farage is far right.
yeah,
The fact that some of his policies are very similar to what the Liberal Democrats were proposing
Yeah.
when they were, mid-centre.
Yeah.
And even some of the policies he's proposing is what the old Corbyn, Jeremy Corbyn's Labour used to propose.
Sure.
But
yeah.
now he's far right. He's an extremist.
Yeah.
And Jeremy Corbyn was an extremist. But lots of things that Jeremy Corbyn says, he's an Arsenal fan by the way, lots of things that Jeremy Corbyn
As was
said.
Starmer.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
always Starmer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Lots of things Jeremy Corbyn said, you got to agree with.
Yeah.
But now everything's extreme. So if you're not establishment, if you're not, if you're not going to Eton,
Yeah.
or playing rugby on the playing fields of England,
Yeah.
you're an extremist.
Mhm.
But you're not really. We tend to,
Polarise people.
I think we do in this country. I think it's a political thing.
I noticed they look with Anne Widdecombe's murder
Yeah,
that this guy's far left.
yeah.
But they are probably not going to do an inquiry into the far left, are they?
I don't think the guy's far left. I think he was just a warped person who's not a very nice person.
Yeah.
There's just lots and lots of, but everything has to have a label on it now. I noticed that now. Everything's got a label on it. The Daily Mail are the best ones for labelling people
Right.
and labelling things. And like the Sun, I used to really laugh at the Sun.
Because this was the paper that people
They used
in the 70s and
They used to
80s,
read
that
The
was-
Sun. Yeah, I
yeah,
could
that
read
was-
The Sun in 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Covered, top, front to back.
Yeah,
And someone said to me, "Oh, you read The Sun?" I said, "Well, yeah, I do. But I can read it in 14 minutes.
sure.
And what's in it?
Yeah.
And but
And it's yesterday's news now, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know. It was a very influential paper, wasn't it, at the time?
Oh, massively. It used to turn elections, didn't
yeah,
it?
absolutely.
In 92, can the
I think
last
I
person...
say that in the book. I said, what sort of society are we creating
Yeah,
where a ship is sunk, General Bergana was sunk,
yeah, yeah.
and the Sun's headline is "Gotcha"?
Sure. It's
What?
like people died.
Yeah,
You
a
know,
lot of people
yeah.
died.
Yeah,
And like we're glorifying the Falklands War.
yeah.
You know,
And this is still, but we saw in the World Cup, didn't we?
690
The sign they held up.
Argentinians died,
Yeah, yeah,
and 320 English people, English servicemen.
yeah,
Plus, not counting the ones who came back mentally destroyed.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
Or unable to sweat.
or
Yeah,
yeah, but you know, it's just a polarisation of society,
yeah,
and I don't think society realised, what was going on.
yeah.
They were frightened of it.
Right,
It's like if you go back in your history,
yeah,
if you look at 1920,
yeah,
we were sending 250,000 troops to Murmansk
yeah.
to smash the Russian Revolution
Right,
because we were frightened of the Russian Revolution.
yeah,
And the British Army mutinied.
yeah.
And do you know they've kept that top secret in perpetuity? The only reason you can find out about it is because it's been released under because American troops were there.
Right,
The mutiny of the British Army has been opened up by
yeah.
the American Freedom of Information Act.
Oh, right,
So
really?
American, yeah. So, but they will not release the of what happened when the British Army mutinied because they
Yeah.
didn't want to go to Murmansk,
Right,
minus bloody 20, and fight the Red Army.
right. And, yeah, I didn't know about it. I've never heard about that.
Oh, you look it up.
Yeah.
The mutiny of the British Army in 1920.
Okay, so that's the sound of our 60-second off-script section, which we are now about to approach. This 60-second off-script section will give us a time to lighten the mood and dig deeper into who our authors really are with some light-hearted, fun questions. Okay, so Colin and Rich, I'd like you to both answer these questions and try to be honest. So, question 1. Andy Burnham has recently, on the 20th of July, become Prime Minister, the 59th Prime Minister of the UK. Can I ask you, during this short time that he has been Prime Minister, if you can think of a song that would describe his first week in office and why?
Song.
Do you want to start, Rich?
Well, I was listening to Any Questions the other day, and the Tory was having a go at him for being a bit shallow because he hadn't said enough because he'd just done the bus fares thing and the business rates for entertainment venues, and I thought it was a bit harsh because he's only been in for 5 days. So I'll go with the Stones. I can't get no satisfaction.
Okay. Okay, it's a difficult one to throw at you, Colin, but...
Oh, I just think, honestly, I wouldn't.
How would you describe his first week, just in words?
In
What's
words?
your opinion?
You're not a fan?
I think he's got some great ideas.
Because remember he did the Hillsborough thing, didn't he?
I don't. He's a typical politician. But he's got some good ideas, like
Yeah.
nationalising the railways,
Yeah.
renationalising water. Lots of things. He's got great ideas. Reindustrialising.
Yeah.
That's a big one for me.
Yeah.
Proper jobs. He's got some good ideas, but I'd rather cut me hand off than vote Labour.
Okay, so if you took that, Rich, could you think of a song that...
I'd rather cut my hand off
There you go.
in C major. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, so I'll throw another question at
Street
you.
Fighting Man.
Yeah.
Street Fighter Man.
I've got 2 Rolling Stone tracks.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, thanks for that summary. So, question 2, I'll probably ask Colin this one first. So, if you were to go back, which decade was the most fun or exciting or dramatic in the world of football, fun and hooliganism and
70s.
gathering together?
Best music.
The 70s.
Best music ever. Best times. Best age. I mean, just was 1970s. We'll never get the 1970s back. Everything was new, bright, fresh, and the music was just...
What sort of music is it like?
Just all the soul music started to come in from Tamla Motown, come in from America. We also had bands like the Stones and just the whole thing of every single thing came out of what we were sending to America, what they were sending to us.
Yeah.
The whole... I mean, you look at rap music now, most of it is a soundtrack to the 1970s.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they take the samples, don't they?
Yeah, they just take it. So the 1970s, and everything was young and fresh. The people who'd grown up in the austerity and had children, they were sort of starting to live a little bit, after the 60s, because it wasn't the swinging 60s for most people. Most people were struggling. But the 70s, everybody started to get more money. There were loads of jobs. That was the thing that did for me.
It's a bit of optimism.
Well, but when I left school, they used to come to school to ask us to come and work for, we had 5 or 6 employers coming to our school saying, we'd like you to come and work for us. Weren't even bothered about how many exams you got. We had employers doing a job round at our school. Big employers like Friends Provident, Burnham, all the insurance companies around Dorking and Leatherhead. We had 3 big factories in Leatherhead. Goblin, Ronson, we had Wilt Mellor Bromley, the aircraft factory, Hawker Siddeley.
Yeah.
You can't believe the jobs that there were.
Which there isn't now, is there?
Well, there's nothing left now.
Yeah.
One's a head office for ExxonMobil.
Yeah.
One's a trading estate.
Right.
Ronson's on a Friday. The people used to stream out of there.
Yeah.
Straight to the pub with their wage packets,
Yeah.
They had they had 2 football teams.
Yeah.
A disco on a Wednesday night,
Yeah, that feels very far away now today.
It does, yeah.
It does, yeah. You can't believe it, the amount of jobs there were in the 1970s.
See, in the 90s it was call centres, like when I left school.
You could walk out of a job in the morning and get a job in the afternoon. Monty and Keith, the bricklayers, they'd walk off a site in the morning and walk on another site in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What were we doing right then that we aren't now, I wonder?
And, I feel the same about the 90s. Don't know what age you are, but there seemed to be... I love the music, Britpop, Oasis, Blur, Suede.
Yeah.
And as someone who was playing guitar at the time, it just seemed like an absolute heaven.
Yeah.
And for me, Euro 96, I was 13, so still felt the pain from Southgate's final. And 98, where we had Glenn Hoddle, and I really felt like we had a chance to win that one. If we'd beaten Argentina, maybe.
Scholes hadn't missed that goal. It was 10 seconds before half time, missed that ball, just put it wide. We'd have been 3-1 up at half time. They'd never have come back, and I don't think Beckham would have got sent off. So
yeah, and that sent off is soft now, isn't it?
And we still got that goal denied at the end by Sol Campbell. So that's still raw.
Yeah.
That's still raw. So.
Absolutely. I love that period of football as well, and obviously as a Leicester fan, 10 years ago.
Okay. So, another question for you. If political parties like Labour, Conservative, etc. were football teams, which one would they be?
Well, Conservatives could be Tottenham, because they keep changing their leader and not achieving anything. I don't know. Labour a bit like England at the World Cup, I suppose, in the sense that everyone had quite high hopes a couple of years ago, didn't they? And they've under-delivered. It's this idea that in football that you can keep changing the manager, and you like Chelsea do it quite a lot as well, and you expect different results. Whereas I think I'm right in saying that when Ferguson first took over Man U, he had a pretty bad first season and nearly got sacked. But they stuck with him, and then obviously he was very successful.
Only stuck with him because he won that game. going
Right.
third round the FA Cup. Otherwise, he
Yeah.
would have been sacked. So
Yeah.
it's. I don't think political parties can equate to football, because football's a game of the people. Football represents the people. Politicians don't just represent themselves, especially now. I think years ago there were certain politicians who went into politics for the right reason,
Yeah.
and it's quite interesting. It's funny, really. I used to go to a boxing club with Dominic Raab, who
Oh yeah, yeah.
and really nice guy.
Was he Deputy Prime Minister
Deputy,
during?
he was Deputy
COVID?
Prime Minister when I used to catch him out all the time.
Right.
Like with the IQ of average IQ of a Chelsea fan is 130 IQ points below that of an idiot. And Dominic said to me, "Tell me, Colin, where did you read that?" We used to catch him out all the time, and
Yeah.
and he was a nice guy,
Yeah.
savage in the ring.
I didn't know this at all about him.
Yeah, no, he's a really
Is that
aggressive.
I don't know if that's public knowledge, is it?
He's a really aggressive. Oh no, he used to, when he became Deputy Prime Minister, and he used to turn up with his security guard, and his security guard used to have to stand outside
Yeah.
while he was in the boxing gym with all the lads.
Doesn't sound like he needs a security guard.
Well, he had to have one, but he was a really nice bloke.
Right,
But
yeah,
he was absolutely. He got accused of bullying.
Yeah.
There's no way that man would bully anybody.
Right. Really.
There's no way he'd bully anybody.
Yeah, yeah.
But he was so obsessed with perfection and training. He was such a hard trainer.
Right.
I can understand that he used to get annoyed with civil servants when he would go in there and they'd say, "Oh, we haven't bothered to do this,"
Yeah.
and he would say, "No, we must do it right. Must do it right."
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they accused him of bullying, but he wasn't a bully. He was
Right.
an absolute. Used to bring his kids along sometimes.
Oh, right,
Big
nice.
family man, lovely guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Changed my opinion of the Conservatives a little bit,
Yeah. Yeah.
but not that much.
So talking about it in that way goes on to my next question. Do you think football hooligans, football fans who come together in that way come from any particular political party? Liberal Democrats? Anyone?
No, definitely not.
We're probably not the
Most people on
Green
the
Party?
most people on the terraces would come from Labour supporting families because they come from estates.
Ah,
Right.
okay.
They come from the lower strata, where most footballers used to come from.
Yes, yeah.
From council estates, because that's where people just played football all
Which
day.
is interesting to what you said earlier, which is you could not give a political party a football team name
Yeah.
because they are not representing the people. And you're saying that most of the people in the fan groups were from Labour, probably which are representing the people.
Well, their families, their parents
Yeah.
would have been Labour because they would have been from inner cities, so they would have been Labour supporters. But I bet if you look at a lot of them now, they're probably mortgages, they're Conservatives.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
they've grown up.
Yeah.
So they haven't necessarily
Yeah, we don't
grown up to
stay.
be Labour. They've
Yeah.
grown up to be different. Or a lot of them now Reform.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you if you thought Labour still represented that demographic of people.
No, I don't think Labour do
No.
represent that demographic, because I think that in London, East London, where I come from, that demographic doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Where I was born and brought up,
Yeah.
that demographic it no longer exists.
Right.
You go back there where I am now, it's 90% people from Southeast Asia.
Oh, really?
Or Southeast Asia, from the Indian subcontinent rather.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So where I was born and brought up,
Yeah.
it's just pure, Indian subcontinent.
So do you think those people have now left London?
Yeah, they
like
live
yourself,
in Basildon.
Yeah.
Most people from East London now live in Basildon and
Right.
Braintree
Yeah.
and Chelmsford, and they've all moved out.
Yeah.
They've all gone, out towards the
Yeah.
east, further out into Essex,
Yeah.
and left that part of London to that. It's a fact.
And you don't think Labour represents those kind of communities anymore?
Now, the people who've gone out to Basildon and Braintree
Yeah.
are now Conservatives.
So be Conservatives. Right.
Because they've got a mortgage and they
Run a business, maybe.
and run a businesses.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be Labour, are they?
Yeah. Yeah.
They've changed their allegiance. But years ago, their parents would have been Labour, so they would have been Labour, and it was. But politics wasn't a big thing in football.
Really?
So listening to what you're saying, was football hooliganism or fans coming together in that way, I don't know how to label it, was that a bit of a movement of the people, like the power of the people, rather than politicians
No,
pushing us down?
There was no political inference. In fact, the only person who talked about politics at football was me,
Oh, really?
because
Right.
I used to be a Guardian reader.
Oh, okay.
So I'll go to
You
football.
did you take the Guardian on the train with you?
Always,
With
yeah.
a beer?
I always had it in my pocket.
Oh,
back
right,
pocket.
yeah.
You know, so you know, the lads used to see me.
They take the piss.
Try to.
6'3" again. Yeah.
Wave me Guardian and we tell you. In fact, there's a really famous picture. I was a Telegraph reader, but they became anti-Soviet. So there's a very famous picture of me when Leatherhead scored at Brighton.
Right.
And you can see me waving the Telegraph.
I love that. The wave of the Telegraph.
But just before the fighting broke out.
Right. Going to throw my broadsheet at you.
No, I threw more than a broadsheet at the Brighton fans because they
Actually, you could hide a spanner in a newspaper, couldn't you?
Yeah, you probably could, but it wasn't my style. Just
okay.
Wouldn't waste my time. So yeah.
Did you get better at taking a punch as the years went on?
My jaw broken on.
Did it?
The word gooner comes from an insult.
Right.
Spurs fans, they called a parody of gunner as gooner. So 1975 I got hit, -2, I got hit on the jaw and it still clicks now.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Right. Did you give one back?
No, I was on the floor getting kicked.
Right, okay.
Everyone else ran off, so it was quite...
Yeah. Which is a sin, right, from the book? It sort of says that. You shouldn't ever leave someone, but people did.
They used to get on their toes all the time, everyone did.
Yeah.
You work out on the train going up there.
Yeah.
The big time Charlies, what are we going to do, what are we going to do? And I used to sit there and say, he'd be on his toes as soon as we get to the station. What are you doing? I said, I'm just having a look at your back so I know what you look like when you're running up the road.
Well, you say that in the book about a gang going there towards something. The ones at the front wouldn't be fighting, it's the ones at the back who would
the
do
ones
all
at
the
the back,
fighting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because the ones at the front, they'd be
The
off.
youngsters, maybe. Well, mouth.
The mouth and trousers, I used to call them.
Mouth and trousers. That's a good book title. Mouth and trousers.
All mouth and trousers. My dad's favourite saying that was.
I like that.
Oh, he'd be on the train and I'd be shouting, when we get here, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. We sit there and go, no, they're not.
Were you ever that person when you were young? When you were 15? And...
No, never.
No,
Because
no.
I was reading my Telegraph. Sitting on the train reading my Telegraph.
Right.
Or a book.
A book?
Yeah, sometimes I take a book with me, if there's a book. So
Right, okay.
Long train journey. Wasn't a big drinker.
Because some of them, it seems that they're so pissed they can't remember the game. Or they don't even make the game.
Right, yeah, I mean, the best ones are the Scottish.
Right.
They used to come to Wembley and get so drunk,
Yeah.
the landlord used to carry them out the pub and lay them in the car park and then take their tickets out of their pockets and put a ticket on their chest.
Yeah.
Someone would come and take their ticket and go to the game. And then I've known people who get so drunk,
Yeah.
they don't even know what day it is.
And was that more important than the football for them?
No, it's all about being with your mates, it wasn't having a drink.
Right.
It's all about the camaraderie. That's what you like.
I think that's at the heart of the book.
Yeah.
You really sense that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's what it's all about, isn't it? Still
Yeah.
got it now.
What with some of those people from the time?
The guys at Leatherhead, now we're all the same age.
Yeah,
We're all
yeah.
grown up together, so when we won the league...
Do you meet up?
If we go to a game, yeah, everyone... Don't meet up, you meet up at football.
Right. Okay.
You see people
Yeah.
at football.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it's all about, you know.
Yeah.
It's funny, down here, we haven't got that down here, because the ground is so far from the town.
Then are they in the football league?
No, they nearly got into the football league
Right.
many years ago. They've been dropping like a stone.
Yeah.
They've been
Right.
dropping like a stone, so...
Yeah. Well, we're from. I live in Northampton.
Yeah.
Just relegated. Same
Yes.
as Leicester.
Yeah.
And Katie's in Kathryn.
Which the pop is.
But you've been, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think the game has genuinely solved hooliganism, or has it simply changed form and moved away from the stadiums?
I think that if you look at your history, fads come and go.
Yeah.
Fads come and go, and I think the mods and rockers went, and then this has moved on. And I always say that what followed the culture that we were will be infinitely worse than what we were doing. And now what you've got now in inner cities
Yeah.
is gangs, postcode gangs, people killing each other, stabbing each other because
Yes,
they come from a
knives.
different postcode.
Yeah.
So it's infinitely worse than what it is. I don't think football hooliganism is a label that doesn't really exist.
It's kind of used to demonise
Everywhere,
everywhere.
your football hooliganism. Oh, this is that. The grounds have changed as well. So now that the demographic has changed, the type of fan has changed.
Yeah.
So you look at the World Cup. Look at the average age of the England fan who went to the World Cup.
Yeah.
You know, when we went to Spain in '82,
Yeah.
I was 26.
Yeah.
You know, I was 26, and the average age probably there of all the England fans was around about 24 to 30.
Yeah.
Look at the average demographic now of the people who went to. It's probably between 50 or 45
Yeah.
and 70.
Do you think that's the money, Colin?
Of course it is, yeah. Of course it. Football's not a working man's sport now.
No.
Football's not the working class sport.
Because I'm just thinking a 26-year-old wouldn't be able to afford to go to America or Mexico or Canada.
No, I don't think. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people can't even afford to go to football now. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I can afford to go to football.
Right.
And last time I went to football, we went to Arsenal.
Yeah.
The woman next to me was with their daughter. They're both sitting on their phones while a game of football was going on.
Oh.
And I
blimey.
really don't want to be going to a football match
Yeah.
sitting next to people who are looking at their phones. You know,
Yeah.
and Arsenal have worked really hard actually to make a bigger atmosphere by letting people sit next to each other with their friends and
Right.
trying to create, you know, singing
Yeah.
zones and everything. But
Yeah.
it's never going to get back to what it was. You go to Germany
Mm.
and see the way that they go to football and the way that they support their team. But it's so cheap.
Do they have a cap on ticket prices?
Fans have to own 51% of the grounds
Oh, that's big.
of the clubs,
Yeah,
rather.
yeah. Right.
So therefore, the fans can vote. If they say we want to put the prices up,
Yeah.
they say no.
Right. Okay. And don't they do this in Italy, where the local authority don't they own the club and they lease it back?
No, they own the ground.
No, they own the ground.
They
right?
own the ground and they lease it back. But
Yeah.
so football here is expensive. It's like everything.
I'm looking at the cheapest adult season tickets in the Premier League. Most expensive is Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal very expensive.
967.
Yeah,
Then Chelsea 880.
yeah.
The cheapest is West Ham, 345.
Yeah, they did a really big thing to try and fill that ground up.
Yeah.
To try and fill the stadium up because they didn't think they'd fill it up.
Yeah.
So they worked out that if they filled the stadium up,
Mm.
they'd get a better atmosphere
Yeah.
because you're so far
Absolutely.
from the pitch there.
Oh,
That,
yeah.
that was Seb Coe. We want a running track around here.
Yeah.
Thank
the
God for Ken
Olympics.
Bates. When he
Right.
rebuilt Wembley,
Yeah, yeah.
they wanted to put a running track around it.
And he said no, didn't he?
He blocked it. He said, "There's no way I'm allowing the football fans to endure that again."
Right.
So
Too
built-
far from the pitch.
Yeah, he said no, he wouldn't have it. He stood his ground.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
died recently,
Yeah.
which is sad really because he was a great man.
Right.
So has the high price affected the atmosphere, do you think? See, rather than lots of passionate fans all coming together, it's people that can afford it.
Yeah.
I think they try and I think people will still, you know, get worked up about football, but the demographics change, so the atmosphere will have changed. You know, ultimately, everything changes with time. I do think that there are certain games now where it is like a morgue. You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
you know, I sometimes wonder if Sky are manufacturing crowd
I
noise.
reckon they turn up the volume sometimes.
They're trying to get manufacture crowd, and then some games they turn the volume down when it's really, you know. So TV now wants a crowd as a background
Yeah.
to the entertainment,
Yeah.
and that's what's happened now. Whereas in the old days, the entertainment was the fans themselves. There was no television, so
Yeah.
if you couldn't get to a game, you listened to it on the radio.
Right.
So you think you're more likely then to find that passionate atmosphere in the small games where people come from the local communities rather than big?
Yes.
Or is
There's
that
a
why you
better
got the FA
atmosphere.
Cup?
There's a better atmosphere in the Championship, and there's probably even better atmosphere when you go down to the lower divisions.
Yeah.
And that's why I enjoy Leatherhead so much because you know you are the club. You are the club. It's your club.
Which I feel like I've learnt a lot from listening to you about how the coming together is about having fun and about the community and about people gathering, and you're getting that atmosphere in the small teams.
Yeah, football used to be about the community. You represented, you supported a team because they were, you know, where you grew up, where you were born.
Yeah.
And you supported that team because they were your local club. But now, you walk around Weymouth. There's kids walking around with, you know, different shirts on. That really annoys me, by the way. I find that's one of the things that I will, when I become Prime Minister, I'm banning that.
What are these? You mean like young kids wearing Inter Milan shirts or PSG?
Yeah, PSG shirts. I mean,
My son's got an African countries,
Yeah,
Nigeria
exactly.
or something.
That's all right. Well,
Yeah.
shooting.
Now I'm going to hit him on the head with the telegraph.
So there's more division rather than community coming together now.
No, not really. I just think it's just fashion. Football's
Right,
fashion
fashion.
now. Football's fashion now. Football's big business, and I think it was, football became big business. I think when the Premier League came out, and then suddenly, you are not a fan anymore. You are a consumer.
Yeah.
We have become consumers of the brand.
Yeah.
And the television now is about consuming the brand. It's like this World Cup, we had to have 4 quarters.
Oh,
So they had
really
made
annoyed me.
how many hundreds of millions they make in those
Yeah.
in those 3-minute drinks breaks. It was a joke. It became 4 quarters.
Even when it
then
was
we had
called-
a half-time show, which FIFA moved their rules for the United States of America for television, for money. And that's what's happened to football.
Yeah.
It's all become about money. All we hear about is how much wages. Arsenal talking about Vinicius Junior.
Yeah.
Wants 550,000 a week net. His agent is just trying to get a better pay rise from Real Madrid. He ain't coming to Arsenal.
Right.
They're not paying that sort of money for him.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened to football.
So you didn't like the halftime show?
Didn't watch it. I wouldn't watch
It's a
it.
shame because I think you really would have liked the Justin Bieber bit.
I wouldn't watch that garbage. I wouldn't.
Did you just turn it off for half an hour? And they extended to half time.
I wouldn't
didn't
watch the World Cup final. I wouldn't watch Argentina.
Oh, you didn't watch
play.
the final?
No, wouldn't watch it. I flicked it over.
Since
It was-
'86, is that?
No, just they're cheats.
Yeah,
They're horrible people on a football pitch.
yeah.
I'm sure if you went to Argentina, they're nice people, but on a football pitch, they're disgrace.
Well,
Do
after
you remember they played Germany in that final when Germany beat them? One of Bremen scored the penalty, won 1-0.
yeah,
They were doing it all. They did all that,
Yeah.
and then played Germany in that quarter final when Germany knocked them out on penalties.
yeah,
They got a German guy suspended because they punched him and he punched them back. So they suspended the German guy.
yeah.
So, they're a disgrace.
It's at full time, and Spain had outplayed them completely. The cameras didn't show it, but some of the Argentinian players attacked the Spanish players.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. Yeah.
So I don't know what they felt.
See, Jude Bellingham, they called him a coward.
Yeah.
He slapped that Argentinian.
Yeah.
He's got banned.
Yeah,
He's got banned.
yeah,
Many years ago, Trevor Cherry played Argentina and friendly, and Trevor Cherry went in the back of an Argentinian,
yeah,
and he turned round and punched Trevor Cherry, knocked his 2 front teeth out.
yeah.
Who'd they send off?
It'd be interesting to see. I'd like another book from you about the future of football and how that maybe links with society. Where that demographic of you as a 15-year-old, where are they now? Are they on the internet, spewing hatred, or are they in gangs, postcode gangs? Where is that 15-year-old Colin now? If you were 15 now, because you don't have that identity as the in the football anymore, because you probably can't afford a ticket. So where is that 15-year-old Colin?
I'd probably be sitting in a room playing computer games like the
FIFA,
rest of
playing
them.
FIFA on your Xbox.
Yeah,
But
probably.
isn't that a lot of spent up kind of anger and energy?
I don't know. In the inner cities, the young kids are all playing cage football. You go down to Lewisham.
Oh, okay, right.
Places like that, they're all playing cage football every night. We used to play football every night on the rec.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no recs left now because they're building on them all.
building on,
They're
right.
building on them all. So you go into the inner cities, the kids are all playing cage football, and or they're going out in gangs.
Yeah.
But are they going to football anymore? Can they afford to go to football? I don't think they can. It was so cheap to go to football.
Yeah,
I mean, it really was cheap. It was a cheap afternoon out. And you look at the old pictures when men used to work till 12 o'clock on a Saturday in the
Yeah.
factories. They'd all come out and all go to football
right.
at 3
yeah.
o'clock,
Yeah, yeah.
and then go home.
Right.
And then, so there was no, I mean, before my dad died, they started changing the kick-off times. And when we came down Wandsworth High Street
Yeah.
in the car, and he said to me, I can't get the hang of this. He said,
Was that
"Son."
for TV?
Yeah, they changed it all for TV. Started changing it for TV, 4 o'clock kickoffs.
Yeah, yeah.
And he said to me, I can't do this.
Yeah.
He said, I can't do this. He said, Sunday is the day when I, relax to get ready
Sure.
to go to work on a Monday. Saturday afternoon is football.
Yeah.
3 o'clock Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to it. And
Yeah,
it's,
It's part of the culture of the time.
I think it was. But if you go abroad, They're not doing the silly kick-off times in Germany. They're not doing the silly kick-off times in Italy. In Italy, they play them on a Sunday afternoon because people go to church on a Sunday morning, and they go to football in the Sunday. Yeah, they're not doing the silly kick-off times in on the continent. Not doing it in Poland. Not doing it in Romania.
Yeah.
You know, they're not doing it in Albania. Go to all those countries. Only England.
Yeah.
Because we got the brand.
We got the brand. Yeah.
And you know, 8 o'clock on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
9 o'clock on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
You know, look at the start of next season. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Right.
They're going to have a game on.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Right.
Friday night's Arsenal, Coventry.
Yeah.
And Saturday lunchtime, Saturday evening.
Yeah.
Sunday lunchtime. Sunday 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Then Monday night football.
Because they put in that thing that they can't show the 3 o'clock Saturday. Is that right? The 3 o'clock kickoffs. They can't show it on TV because they want to get the crowds in.
Well, yeah.
They only show it on.
The crowds now
highlights.
are a backdrop to the television companies' revenue streams.
Yeah.
We are just a backdrop to the revenue streams.
Mm.
And that's all we are now. We're a source of revenue.
But it's I suppose it's not the same watching a game at home. I mean the way you describe Highbury in this, and
But Highbury's not the Emirates. Highbury was a stadium.
Yeah.
Highbury was a stadium that had real feeling. The Emirates is a corporate monolith where you go to be a customer.
Yeah.
When you went to Highbury, you were a fan. We used to be in the Plimsoll Arms.
Yeah.
It took us 6 minutes to walk from the Plimsoll to the North Bank. It was, you know,
Yeah.
and so we'd leave at 8 minutes to 3, and I'd be in my place on the North Bank at 3 o'clock.
Right.
Not for the really big games,
Yeah.
but for your average games, you know, 19 home games, 16 of those you could leave the Plimsoll at 8 minutes to 3.
It's so sad. I mean, because Filbert Street, which you talk about in the book, is now King Power Stadium.
Yeah, but it's a new ground, isn't it?
It's a new
Filbert's
ground.
gone.
But it's just.
The King Power it's a monolith. It's a corporate monolith.
Yeah, it's just.
It's all about
taste in the mouth.
revenue streams.
Yeah.
How much money can we take from the customers?
Yeah.
And you've got all these people who come along, these chief executives, and they talk about all the things that, you know, the marketing ethos and the, you know, what can we do, and you know, about this. And it drives me mad. I try and do it with try a little bit with Leatherhead.
Right.
We need revenue streams because I keep spending more on players.
Are you involved in the club then? Running the club?
I was one of the people who helped save it in 2000 when it went bankrupt.
Oh, right.
And I put in a certain number of tenets.
Yeah.
We will never ever trade a game insolvently. Every fan can attend the AGM. Every fan can look at the books. And guess what they've done? They've got rid of all those things. But I wrote the shareholders agreement, which they can't change because it's under the Companies Act, and they're trying to change it. No, you can't change that, I'm afraid.
Okay. You mentioned about being Prime Minister when you're Prime Minister.
Yeah.
So Burnham is. So we're talking about that he did 5 things in his first week.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an idea of 5 things you would do then if you were Prime Minister tomorrow?
For football?
No, just in general.
I bring in the German model.
Yeah.
51% of clubs have to be owned by fans.
Yeah.
No club can trade solvently. Foreign ownership can only spend a certain percentage of revenue over and above that would be. So that would be the thing. The other thing I'd do is I'd nationalise the railways, renationalise the railways.
Yeah.
I'd renationalise water.
Isn't that on the books? Because we were talking about water, because on the way here we stopped in Salisbury and the water was so clean, because in Northamptonshire we're just used to it being disgusting, really.
So I'd renationalise the water, and I would definitely put 8% tariffs on China and start reindustrialising the northeast.
Right. Yeah.
So I build massive factories in the northeast.
Yeah.
With making solar panels. I put solar panels on every house instead of spending it on sending arms to Ukraine.
Yeah, yeah.
For a stupid war and sponsoring war.
Because the Lib Dems have said, when they're not being football hooligans, that they want air conditioning installed in every new house now.
Air conditioning?
Yeah.
Well, you've got to power it.
Yes.
You've got to power it. So the only way you're going to power it is with a solar panel.
Right.
is with the solar panel, because if you put an air conditioning unit in there, the amount of power that you're going to use
Yeah.
is going to make it prohibitive,
Yeah.
because people won't be able to afford it. So if you put a solar panel in everyone's house,
Yeah.
and you do it from creating jobs,
Yeah.
instead of giving it to China,
Mm.
sending all their money to China.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do. I would see. I don't agree with Jeremy Corbyn and a lot of things he does and says. There are certain things that I'm a socialist at heart.
Yeah.
I won the school election in 1972 on a purely conservative
Okay.
agenda.
Do you remember any of the manifesto? No homework.
No, it was proper
Oh,
politics.
it's proper
politics. Oh, it's a proper politics. It was
Yeah.
proper politics. That's when Ted Heath got in.
Oh, right, okay.
When Ted Heath, so I was on
He took us into the Europe, didn't he?
we had a vote.
Right.
We had a vote, and I voted, much to my father's disgust.
Yeah.
I voted to stay in the common market.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he took us into the common market
Right. Yeah.
without a vote.
Right.
In the manifesto, he said, we will join the common market.
Yeah.
Was it 9 countries then?
Right.
9 countries. We then had a vote
Yeah.
to stay in the common market.
Yeah.
I won a lot of money on this because people say, oh, we had a vote to join. I said, no, we didn't. We had a vote to stay in. That's a subtle difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
And the vote to stay in was, I think, about 70%
Yeah.
in favour.
Right.
My father was quite appalled by it. But
Why? What would your father have said?
we don't. They're going to get rid of all our apple orchards. They're going to.
He'd want the independence and.
He just wanted he just didn't want all that garbage coming in from that rubbish food coming in from the continent.
Oh, okay. Right.
You know, crap beef and
Yeah.
crap apples.
Yes, I had someone in my family who used to be like that.
Yeah.
They'd only eat English food. And I'd say, oh, I'll just take this then. And she went, no, leave the olives. I'm like, okay.
So to be honest with you, it was sort of it's quite.
Would you rejoin the European Union?
No, definitely not.
No.
Definitely not. It's a political. I'd rejoin the common market
Okay.
if it
right.
existed. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea to trade with people,
Yeah.
but not the EU. The EU is a political movement. It's about politics and
Yeah.
it's about politicians getting more power. And plus the fact, does anybody know what those people in Brussels do apart from earn huge salaries and get massive pensions?
Yeah. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
what laws do they pass
Yeah.
that are relevant?
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of bureaucrats
Right.
earning loads of money.
Yeah.
And if you put a load of bureaucrats in a room, they're going to pass laws that don't have any meaning.
Would Brexit? I think previously you were in the meat trade
Yeah.
industry. Is that right? How would Brexit have affected that?
Just more difficult to export. Just makes more paperwork for you.
Yeah.
Just made it
Would
easy.
it would have hit you financially? You know.
Just adds another layer of the EU. Just added another layer of difficulty.
Right. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just made it easier to export meat,
Yeah.
and import it. But
And how would you try and, because this is a big challenge at the time, how to bring social cohesion, where we've got so many people from different cultures, that have come in, mass immigration, and how we are all going to, as a community and society, come together.
we're not going to.
You don't think it's going to happen?
No, it won't happen. I think the Japanese have got the right idea.
Right. What do they-
99.4% ethnic Japanese.
Right. Yeah.
Japanese was asked the other day.
Yeah.
What would you think if 50% of Tokyo was non-Japanese?
Yeah.
He said, I think I'd lost my country.
Right. Okay.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm wondering now if you're Andy Burnham sitting in his house listening to this
Yes. Hi, Andy.
and he's trying to look for some ideas, whether he's going to sap up some of those ideas that you've given him, Colin.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Andy Burnham's got a lot of good ideas,
Yeah.
but he's be like all politicians. He will not be able to implement them because the establishment always hold back a socialist government.
Well, it was like Corbyn. They all went to town on him, didn't
Well, yeah,
they?
they
The
do.
anti-Semite
What they do
stuff
is,
and-
Jeremy Corbyn
Yeah.
is not an anti-Semite. Jeremy Corbyn has always said that Israel, persecution of the Palestinians is wrong. He sticks up for the Palestinian people.
Yeah.
So they don't want that.
Yeah.
They don't want that. You look at the numbers. You look at the numbers of how many Palestinians have been murdered, women and children in their beds.
Yeah.
And look at what's going on with Israel and in the West Bank.
Mm.
How many Palestinians were murdered in the West Bank last week?
Yeah, because it's fallen off the mainstream news.
Yeah, of course it has. Yeah, but they're still murdering them. The settlers are going in there and murdering, and they're stealing their land.
Yeah.
Because that's what this is all about. Jeremy Corbyn stuck up for the Palestinians, so they got rid of him. Gary Lineker could say what he liked. You know what got in the sack? So he made a comment about the Jews.
Yes, he did, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
And the BBC had warned him, said,
well,
don't talk about politics on your social media.
Well, the moment he mentioned the Jews, he talked about politics all the time. The moment he mentioned the Jews, criticised Israel, he was gone the next day.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to remember.
So it depends on the topic, the story that they want you to talk about.
I think so, personally.
Would you scrap the BBC?
No, I think the BBC's fantastic. Do the best sport. Steve Cram, watching him do the commentary on Josh Kerr's mile record.
Yeah.
Oh my God, him and Kelly. No, BBC's brilliant. I love the BBC.
What's the BBC ever done for me?
I love the BBC.
They just made a programme called that, haven't they?
Yeah, I know. The BBC's brilliant. I love the BBC. They do sport really well.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. Be careful what you wish for.
We were a bit disappointed they're not playing and showing the Commonwealth Games.
It's on Channel 5.
Yeah, have they got the highlights? Have they got it all?
No, I was watching it live on Sunday.
Yeah.
I was watching it live on Sunday.
But I was always slightly disappointed because I think the BBC do sport really well.
Do sport well. ITV.
Wimbledon.
ITV do the racing really well now.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, the Channel 4 did it really well.
Yeah.
But ITV have really got a good team in there.
Yeah.
And if they do the racing really well, ITV.
Yeah.
Problem with ITV is you've got adverts.
Yeah.
But they do race. They've really got the racing off pat.
Do you like a flutter?
Yeah, big time, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Good.
I'd have no idea.
Yeah, no. Look, we like to go racing, son and I.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we go racing. My nephew's a big racing fan. My nephew, Daniel, he's a big racing fan. So I enjoy it. I've always enjoyed it.
Oh, nice.
We used to live near Epsom, so we used to go.
Yeah.
Wife and I used to go to the Derby every year.
Oh, fantastic. Dress up?
No, on the hill. On the hill.
Oh, okay, right.
On the hill. That's where the Derby, because they tried to charge on the hill a few years ago.
Yeah.
And the place dropped dead.
Right, okay.
So they've had to go back to trying to make it free, but they've killed it now.
Right.
They kept sectioning bits off, and big business.
Trying to get money.
More money.
Monetize
and the hill used to be full up with. The Derby is the only sporting event in England that has the highest in the land with the lowest in the land.
Yeah.
The only sporting event in the world.
And do you find that they get on okay? Like the lowest and the highest? I always find it's the middle that cause the problems.
No. The highest.
Well, others may argue that.
The highest have no interest at all in anything except themselves.
Right, okay.
And their pursuit of power.
Yeah.
That's all you've got to remember.
Yeah.
The House of Lords,
the
biggest anachronism there is.
Would you scrap that? Would you get rid of it?
Big time. That's one of the things I would do within a day.
Would you replace it with something similar, like a Senate, as in America? Or would you just scrap it?
Elected chamber, second elected chamber. You could have one proportional representation. But the reason I don't want that is because then the first chamber would have to be proportional representation, because otherwise the first chamber would have to invoke the Parliament Act every other day, because the second chamber would say, well, no, that's not right. That's not right. So they'd have to have proportional representation.
Which Burnham said he wanted to do.
What Burnham says and what he'll do are always two totally different things. A Labour Prime Minister always wants proportional representation until he gets to sniff for power. 37% of the vote, 80-seat majority. You couldn't. Do you know the only other country in Europe that has our voting system?
No, I don't.
The only other democracy in Europe that has our voting system? Belarus.
Belarus, really?
And the Daily Mail and the Telegraph.
Yeah.
That is not a democracy. That is a dictatorship.
Right.
But they've got our voting system.
Yeah, because now Burnham's in power in the hot seat. He'd have to enact a political change, which would mean less Labour seats.
Yes.
And so
no one's ever given away power. The only country that's ever given up land and power is Russia.
Right.
Soviet Union.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
They gave independence to all those countries.
Yeah. And now want them back.
Well, no, one man wants them back.
Yeah.
One man wants them back. and one lunatic wants them back. But
Yeah.
the average Russian isn't interested. All they're
No.
interested in is going to Turkey for holidays.
Yeah.
So as the hour grows late, and with all good conversations, we'll leave a few thoughts unfinished until next time. My thanks to Richard Arterton and our guest author Colin Ward for joining us. This has been Page to Politics, a podcast brought to you by Lima Books. So until we meet again, listeners, keep reading, keep questioning, and don't be afraid to follow an interesting idea wherever it leads. So good night, sleep well, and dream, as Shakespeare said in The Tempest, we are such stuff as dreams are made of.
Very good, Katie. Very Radio 4.